You're not bad at fashion. You were just given the wrong instructions your entire life. And today that stops. Everything you've been told about layering, the rules, the formulas, the magazine advice, was written for a 25-year-old body in a photography studio. Not for your body. Not for your life. Not for a real American morning where you have 15 minutes to get dressed and still want to walk out that door feeling like yourself. Today we are fixing that. Completely. For good. Let us start with something nobody in the fashion world wants to say out loud. Layering has genuinely gotten harder for most women after 50. And if you have noticed that, if you have stood in front of your mirror lately feeling like something is off, but you cannot figure out exactly what, you are not losing your sense of style. Your body has changed. Your needs have changed. And the advice you have been following has not changed with them. That is not a personal failure. That is a gap in the information you were given. And we are closing that gap right now. Here is what actually changed and why it matters for every single layering decision you make. After 50, most women run warmer than they used to, particularly through the middle of the day. This is biology. This is hormonal. This is completely normal. And it means that layering is no longer just a style decision for you. It is a temperature management decision. You need layers you can actually remove comfortably, transition between naturally, and put back on without destroying your outfit. Most layering advice treats this as irrelevant. It is not irrelevant. It is one of the most practical realities of getting dressed after 50 in America, whether you are in Phoenix in July or Chicago in October. The second thing that changed is your silhouette. Weight redistributes after 50. Waist shift. Proportions that were one way at 35 are genuinely different at 55. This is not something to be ashamed of. This is not something to hide. This is something to dress for, thoughtfully, specifically, and with a layering formula that was actually built around your current body rather than a body you had 20 years ago. And the third thing, and this one matters more than most women realize, is fabric sensitivity. Skin becomes more sensitive with age. The scratchy wool turtleneck that was fine at 30 is genuinely irritating by noon at 55. The stiff collar that looks sharp in your 40s is uncomfortable before your first cup of coffee in your 50s. Layering advice that ignores how fabric actually feels against your skin is layering advice that will never survive contact with a real morning. Comfort is not the opposite of style. Discomfort is. Before we go any further, drop a comment right now and tell me this. What is the number one layering problem you keep running into that you cannot figure out how to fix? Is it bulk? Is it proportion? Is it running out of ideas after the second layer? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and your answer genuinely shapes what this channel covers next. Now, the most important shift in thinking I can give you today. And if you take nothing else from this video, take this. Every layering mistake begins in the same place. Women open their closets and ask, "What can I layer today?" The question that actually works is completely different. The question is, what does my body specifically need from this outfit today? That one shift from wardrobe thinking to body thinking changes every single decision that follows. So let us talk about your body. Specifically, because the reason generic layering advice fails is that it treats all bodies the same way. They are not the same. And the solution for one shape is sometimes the exact wrong move for another. If your weight sits around your middle, and for the majority of American women over 50, it does. Adding multiple layers of fabric across your torso creates what I call a fabric wall. It does not minimize your midsection. It amplifies it. The fix is vertical layering. Open front pieces that create a visual line running straight down your body. Long cardigans worn open. Long line blazers. Duster vests. Your eye follows that vertical line downward, and the midsection simply stops being the focal point. The line does the work. You do not have to. If you carry weight in your hips and thighs, layering long, heavy tops over your lower half throws your entire silhouette completely off balance. What works instead is drawing visual attention upward, deliberately, and specifically. Structured shoulders, interesting necklines, cropped outer layers that end at the narrowest part of your waist. When you give the eyes somewhere compelling to look above the hip line, your proportions balance naturally. You are not hiding anything. You are directing attention. Those are completely different strategies with completely different results. If your body is fairly straight without a lot of natural curve, stacking same length layers makes you disappear into your clothing. The outfit wears you instead of the other way around. What creates shape on a straighter silhouette is contrast. Belted coats that nip at the waist, curved hemlines that add movement, layers of different lengths that break up the vertical line and add dimension. You are not trying to manufacture a body that is not yours. You are using fabric intelligently to create visual interest where the eye needs it. If you have a defined waist, regardless of your size, regardless of the number on your scale, the single worst thing you can do in a layered outfit is hide it. Your waist is your most powerful proportional tool. Every outer layer should acknowledge it. Belted trenches, fitted blazers, wrap-style cardigans that tie the natural waist. Loose layering on a body with a defined waist does not look relaxed or effortless. It looks like the outfit is working against you, because it is. And if your shoulders are naturally broad and strong, which is a genuinely striking and elegant feature that fashion has historically underserved, adding volume and structure at the top with multiple heavy layers can feel visually overwhelming. The solution is keeping your upper layers sleek, minimal, and clean, then letting the visual weight shift downward. Wide leg trousers, midi skirts with movement, long coats with simple clean lines, powerful on top, fluid on the bottom. That combination is not just flattering, it is genuinely sophisticated. Here is what I need you to understand about everything I just told you. Not one of those body shapes is a problem. Not one of them requires minimizing, hiding, or apologizing for. Every single one of them simply needs a specific layering strategy, a strategy that works with your body's actual architecture rather than fighting it. The women who look effortlessly polished in layered outfits are not women with different bodies. They are women who learned, or were lucky enough to be taught, which specific techniques work for their specific shape. You now have that information, and we're just getting started. If this is the first time layering has made complete, practical sense to you, if you have spent years feeling like fashion advice was written for someone else's body and someone else's life, this channel exists specifically for you. Every video we publish goes this deep, this specific, this practical. We do not do generic. We do not do one-size-fits-all. We do not do advice that sounds good in theory and falls apart on a real Tuesday morning. Subscribe right now. Not at the end of the video. Right now. Hit that button before we go any further. Because what is coming in the next section, the 3-layer formula that takes any outfit from flat to finished in under 10 minutes, is exactly the kind of practical, body-specific information this community was built around. Subscribe and make sure you never miss it. 3 layers. That is the complete system. Not 10 pieces. Not a Pinterest board full of combinations you will never actually recreate on a Wednesday morning. 3 layers, each one with a specific job. And when all 3 are working correctly together, the result is an outfit that looks considered, polished, and completely effortless, even when it took you 8 minutes. Let us go through each one. Layer 1 is your base layer. And I want to say something about the base layer that most styling content completely skips over because it seems too obvious to mention. Your base layer is the most important piece in your entire outfit. Not your coat, not your statement cardigan, your base. Because everything, the fit, the comfort, the way every other layer sits and moves, depend entirely on how good your base layer is. Most women treat the base layer as an afterthought. Whatever clean tee is available, whatever tank is at the front of the drawer, and then they spend the rest of the morning pulling, adjusting, and wondering why the outfit never quite sits right. The base layer is not an afterthought. It is the foundation, and a weak foundation makes every single thing built on top of it unstable. Here is what your base layer needs to do. It needs to be fitted without being tight, smooth enough that nothing above it bunches or pulls, breathable enough that when you're in a warm restaurant or a heated office and you remove your outer layer, you are not suddenly uncomfortable in what is underneath. For women over 50 specifically, and this matters, your base layer should be made from fabric that feels genuinely good against your skin. Merino wool, silk blends, soft cotton modal. These fabrics regulate temperature, feel comfortable all day, and lay smoothly under everything else. Polyester blends that trap heat and feel scratchy by noon are not base layer fabrics. They are the reason you abandon outfits before lunchtime. Neckline matters more than most women realize at the base layer level. A V-neck elongates your neck and works beautifully under open outer layers. A crew neck works under anything worn open. A fitted turtleneck, and this one specifically, is one of the most powerful base layer choices available to women over 50. Under a blazer, under an open button-down, under a knit vest, a fitted turtleneck in merino or cashmere blend adds instant sophistication to every single combination it is part of. It is not dated. It is not matronly. It is one of the most elegant base layer choices in existence, and it is criminally underused. Think of your base layer exactly like the foundation of a house. Nobody sees it. Nobody compliments it. But everything above it depends completely on how solid it is. Invest in your base layers. Wash them carefully. Replace them when they stretch out or thin. They are doing more work than any other piece in your wardrobe. Layer 2 is your mid layer. And this is the layer that most women either overcomplicate completely or skip entirely. Both are mistakes. Your mid layer has one primary job and one supporting job. The primary job is adding visual interest, texture, depth, personality to the outfit. The supporting job is creating that layered peak that makes an outfit look intentional rather than accidental. The layered peak is the detail that separates a styled outfit from a dressed outfit. It is the turtleneck visible above the open blazer collar, the shirt hem falling slightly below the cardigan, the base layer sleeve extending past the mid-layer cuff. These small moments of visible layering, where one piece is clearly underneath another, are what give a layered outfit its depth and its polish. Without them, you're just wearing multiple pieces at once. With them, you are wearing considered outfit. Your mid-layer needs to follow one rule above everything else. It must be lighter in weight and less structured than your outer layer. When your mid-layer and outer layer are the same weight and structure, they compete with each other. They fight for visual dominance. The outfit looks heavy, confusing, and overdone. Your mid-layer should support your outer layer, not challenge it. Options that work consistently well for women over 50. A knit vest over a fitted turtleneck or button-down. An open cardigan in a medium weight fabric. A denim shirt worn open over a smooth base. A fine gauge turtleneck under a structured blazer. A lightweight button-up under a sweater with a collar and cuffs peeking out. Each of these combinations works because the mid-layer is adding dimension without competing with what goes over it. For women who run warm, and we talked about this in the first section, your mid-layer is actually your most strategic temperature management tool. It is the piece you remove first when you get warm and replace first when you get cool, which means it needs to be something you are genuinely comfortable being seen in without the outer layer on top. Do not choose a mid-layer you would be embarrassed to sit in at a restaurant after removing your coat. Choose one that looks complete enough to stand on its own, while working even better with the outer layer added. Layer 3 is your outer layer. And this is where I need you to shift your thinking in one specific way that changes everything. Your outer layer is not the last thing you choose. It is the first thing you should choose, because your outer layer defines your silhouette, and your silhouette is what the world sees first, processes first, and remembers last. When you choose your outer layer first and build inward, every decision that follows is in service of making that outer layer work. The base layer neckline is chosen to complement it. The mid-layer weight is chosen to sit correctly under it. The color of every piece is chosen in relationship to it. The outfit has a center of gravity. Everything orbits around that center intentionally. When you choose your outer layer last, grabbing whatever coat is by the door on the way out, you're hoping that everything underneath happens to work with it. Sometimes it does. More often it does not. And that is why so many layered outfits that look great in the bedroom mirror feel slightly off by the time you're actually out in the world. Your outer layer needs structure. This is non-negotiable for women over 50. A shapeless outer layer, an oversized, unstructured coat, a blanket-style wrap worn as a primary outer piece, removes all definition from your silhouette. You disappear into it. A structured outer layer with shaping seams, a defined shoulder, or a belt option does the opposite. It defines your shape clearly. It gives your silhouette architecture. And architecture is what makes an outfit look expensive, intentional, and polished rather than comfortable but shapeless. The pieces that consistently work. A tailored trench coat in camel, navy, or classic beige. The single most versatile outer layer investment available to any woman at any age. A structured blazer in a neutral that coordinates with the majority of your wardrobe. A cropped jacket that ends at the waist or just below, particularly effective for women who want to define their waist without a belt. A long line wool coat in a deep neutral, charcoal, chocolate, forest green, that creates a clean vertical line from shoulder to hem. Fit at the shoulder is everything in an outer layer. If a coat or blazer gaps, pulls, or sits incorrectly at the shoulder seam, nothing underneath it will compensate. The shoulder seam should sit at the edge of your actual shoulder, not hanging down your arm, not pulling up toward your neck. Try outer layers on before purchasing whenever possible. And if you find one that fits your shoulders perfectly, but is slightly large elsewhere, have it tailored. The investment is worth it every single time. Now here is the section that most layering guides skip entirely. And it is the reason why even women who understand the 3-layer formula still end up with outfits that look slightly off. Fabric. Specifically, which fabrics to combine and which combinations actively destroy each other. The first rule is texture contrast. Your layers should never be the same texture. Same texture across multiple layers reads as one flat, continuous block of fabric. There is no depth, no visual interest, no sense of intentionality. Different textures create all three simultaneously. Matte with sheen, rough with smooth, structured with fluid, silk under chunky knit, leather over cashmere, linen base under tweed outer. Even a completely neutral, all one-color outfit looks genuinely expensive when the textures are working against each other intentionally. Texture contrast is how you create a high-end looking outfit from pieces that individually cost very little. The second rule is weight progression. Layers must get heavier as they move outward. Lightweight base, medium weight mid-structured, heavier outer. When you reverse this, a thick heavy base under a lighter outer layer. The inner layers bunch of the sleeves, pull across the shoulders, and create bulk that no styling trick can fix. Weight progression is not aesthetic preference. It is structural. Respect it and your layers will sit correctly every single time. The third rule is the one that matters most for women over 50 specifically, and that almost nobody talks about. Comfort is a non-negotiable fabric requirement, not a luxury. Anything touching your skin directly must feel good. All day, not just for the first hour. Cashmere, merino wool, cotton modal, soft jersey, silk blends. These are your skin contact fabrics. Scratchy wool, stiff interfacing, rough cotton. These belong in outer layers only, never against skin. An outfit that feels uncomfortable by noon gets abandoned. An outfit that feels good all day gets worn again and again. Comfort in fabric choice is not a compromise on style. It is the condition that makes style sustainable. If everything in this video is landing differently than the layering advice you have heard before, if this feels more specific, more practical, and more designed for your actual life than anything the mainstream fashion world has offered you, that is exactly what this channel was built to be. Every single video goes this deep, this specific, this honest about what actually works for real women over 50 in real American life. Subscribe right now. Share this video with one woman in your life, your sister, your friend, your neighbor, who you know stands in front of her closet every morning feeling like something is not working. Because the information in this video costs her nothing to receive and could genuinely change how she gets dressed every single day. Subscribe, share, and let us keep going. Color. This is where layering either pulls together beautifully or falls completely apart. And the mistake is almost always one of two extremes. Too many competing colors that create visual chaos and make the outfit look busy and overwhelming. Or all one flat color with no variation that creates visual boredom and makes the outfit disappear entirely. There is a middle point between those two extremes that works every single time, and it is simpler than anything you have been told before. 3 tones. That is the complete color rule for layered outfits. 1 neutral base, 1 statement mid, 1 grounding outer. 3 tones create harmony without monotony. They give your eye enough to engage with without overwhelming the overall picture. And they work on every body shape, every skin tone, and every occasion we covered in this video. Here is how it works practically. Your neutral base is your foundation color. White, cream, soft beige, light gray, pale navy. Your statement mid is where your personality enters the outfit. This is your color, your subtle pattern, your interesting tone. Your grounding outer is a deeper neutral that anchors everything underneath it. Camel, chocolate brown, charcoal, deep forest green, classic black. 3 tones, each one with a specific role. The outfit has color logic, and that logic is what makes it look intentional rather than accidental. Now, if color still feels complicated, if you have ever stood in a dressing room holding 2 pieces that you love individually and genuinely cannot tell whether they work together, tonal dressing is your answer. And I want to spend a moment on this because it is one of the most underused and most elegant approaches available to women over 50. Tonal dressing means layering different shades of the same color family together. Cream blouse under camel cardigan under tan coat. Pale gray turtleneck under medium gray knit vest under charcoal blazer. Soft blush base under dusty rose mid under deep burgundy outer. Every piece is a different shade. Every piece is from the same color family. The result reads as sophisticated, considered, and completely effortless simultaneously. Tonal dressing works for 3 specific reasons. First, it eliminates the decision fatigue of color matching entirely. Every piece in the same family coordinates by definition. Second, it creates depth through shade variation rather than color contrast, which is a more subtle and more refined visual effect. Third, for women who are uncertain about color, it is the closest thing to a guaranteed polished result that exists in fashion. You cannot get it wrong. The shades do the work for you. 1 pattern rule. If any layer in your outfit has a pattern, a stripe, a check, a floral, a plaid, every other layer should be solid. Patterns do not cooperate with each other. They compete. 2 patterns in 1 layered outfit create visual noise that the eye cannot settle on. 1 pattern, surrounded by solids that pull from the colors already present in that pattern, always wins. Always looks intentional. Always looks finished. Now let us put everything together. Because knowing the formula, understanding the fabric rules, and grasping the color code means nothing if it does not translate into actual outfits you can build tomorrow morning. So here are 5 complete outfit formulas. 1 for each real occasion in your actual life. Not editorial looks. Not magazine spreads. Real outfits built on everything we covered today. Casual daily errands. Ribbed merino turtleneck in cream as your base. Open button cardigan in soft camel as your mid layer. Let the turtleneck peak at the neckline and at the cuffs. Long line wool coat in chocolate brown as your outer. Dark straight leg jeans. Ankle boots in a warm tan or classic black. Simple gold earrings. This outfit takes 8 minutes to build. It works from 25 degrees to 60 degrees as you remove the coat indoors. The turtleneck peeking at the collar is your layered detail, the small moment that makes the outfit look styled rather than simply dressed. 3 tones. Cream, camel, chocolate. Texture contrast between the ribbed turtleneck, the softer cardigan, and the structured wool coat. Every rule working simultaneously without any visible effort. Lunch with friends. Silk camisole and ivory as your base. Tailored blazer in soft gray as your mid-layer. Worn open, sleeves pushed to just below the elbow. Lightweight cashmere wrap or long scarf in blush pink draped over the shoulders as your accent outer layer. Wide-leg dark navy trousers. Block heel mules in nude or tan. Small structure bag. This is the outfit that receives compliments consistently. The silk camisole peeking from the open blazer creates that layered depth we discussed. The blush scarf adds the softness and warmth that keeps the gray blazer from feeling too corporate. For tones, ivory, gray, blush, navy, but the ivory and blush are close enough in the warm family that the eye reads them as a coordinated palette rather than competing colors. Work or a professional setting. Cotton modal button down in pale blue as your base, tucked in the front, slightly relaxed at the back for comfort. Fine knit vest in charcoal as your mid-layer over it. The collar and cuffs of the button down peeking at both ends. Structured blazer in deep navy as your outer layer. Tailored straight trousers in the same deep navy as the blazer, or in charcoal to tone with the vest. Low comfortable heel or a clean leather loafer. This combination photographs well, reads as authoritative without being stiff, and transitions from morning through afternoon without requiring any adjustment. The pale blue button down is doing all the color work. Everything else is grounding it. Weekend and relaxed social. Soft jersey long sleeve in white as your base. Denim shirt worn completely open over it as your mid-layer. This creates casual layered depth without any effort at all. Oversized knit cardigan in oatmeal as your outer layer. And here is the specific detail that elevates this from comfortable to considered. Belted loosely at the natural waist with a simple thin belt in tan or cognac leather. Straight leg jeans or relaxed wide leg trousers. Clean white sneakers or ankle boots. Without the belt, this outfit is comfortable. With the belt, this outfit is intentional. That single detail, a thin belt at the waist of an oversized cardigan, is one of the most transformative small moves in layering, and most women have never tried it. Evening out or a special occasion. Deep jewel tone blouse in satin or silk. Emerald green, rich burgundy, sapphire blue, as your base and your statement piece simultaneously. Fitted structured blazer in black as your outer layer. Worn open to keep the jewel tone visible and central. Straight or wide leg black trousers. Block heel or low kitten heel in black or metallic. One statement jewelry piece, a bold earring, a striking necklace, and nothing else competing with it. The jewel tone does every piece of visual work in this outfit. Everything else, the black blazer, the black trousers, the simple shoe, exists purely to frame it. This is the power of letting one piece lead. When one piece leads clearly, the entire outfit lands with intention and confidence. 5 mistakes. Quick, specific, fixable today. Buying layers without trying them together. A piece that looks perfect alone can destroy a layered outfit entirely. Always try your layers as a complete system before committing. Ignoring sleeve length progression. Your base sleeve should be shortest. Your mid-layer sleeve slightly longer. Your outer layer longest or pushed up deliberately. When sleeves are the same length across all 3 layers, the outfit looks unfinished. When they progress correctly, the outfit looks considered. Never attempting the half tuck. Tucking just the front of your base layer into your waistband creates waist definition that full tucking and no tucking both miss entirely. It is one of the most flattering small details in layering and one of the least used by women over 50. Matching fabric weight across all layers because it feels coordinated. Matching weight does not coordinate. It suffocates. Different weights, different textures. That is what coordination actually looks and feels like. Choosing your outer layer last. Your outer layer defines your silhouette. Choose it first. Build everything inward from it. The outfit will have direction, coherence, and intention from the very first decision. Here is what I want you to carry forward from everything we covered today. Layering after 50 is not harder. It is not less accessible. It is not something reserved for women with unlimited budgets or unlimited time or a body that looks different from yours. It is a skill, and like every skill, it becomes easier and faster and more instinctive every single time you practice it. The framework you have now, body shape first, 3 layers with specific jobs, fabric weight progression, texture contrast, 3-tone color rule, occasion-specific formulas. This framework was built around your real life. Your real body. Your real American mornings. Not around a photo shoot. Not around a woman 20 years younger with a different set of needs and a different relationship with her wardrobe. You have the framework now. Use it this week. Start with one outfit. Apply one rule deliberately. Notice the difference. Then apply another. Within 2 weeks of intentional practice, these decisions will stop feeling like decisions. They will feel like second nature. Because that is what happens when a framework actually fits the reality it was designed for. If this video gave you something genuinely useful today, not just inspiration that fades by tomorrow, but a practical framework you can apply immediately, I am asking you to do 3 specific things right now. Subscribe to this channel, because every video we publish is built on this same level of practical, body-specific, honest detail. And you deserve to have access to every single one of them the moment they are published. Drop a comment telling me which of the 5 outfit formulas you're trying first. The casual errands look, the lunch with friends combination, the weekend cardigan with a belt. Tell me, because your answer helps me understand exactly what this community needs next. And this community's needs drive every video we make. And share this video with one woman. Just one. Someone in your life who you know stands in front of her closet every morning feeling like something is not working and not knowing why. The information in this video costs her nothing to receive, and it might genuinely change how she starts every single day. That is worth 30 seconds of your time to share. Subscribe, comment, share, and I will see you in the next one.